Ahora.
Welcome back to another episode de Todos Toman podcast. Muchachos, no todos estamos aquí el día de hoy, como que nos ha costado un poquito trabajo, ¿no? To get together.
For real, dude.
Pero pues la lucha se le hace y aquí estamos cumpliendo con our bi-weekly episode.
Con los deberes,
Sí, o sea, la responsabilidad ante todo.
ante todo.
But it's okay. Miguel is taking the week off. Hopefully he's taking care of business and hopefully he's doing well. I know there's other things that sometimes take priority and that's okay. Pero pues aquí está Johnny Boy, Tank y ¿cómo dice el Miguel?
¿Cómo
¿Dice
dice?
sus co-hosts?
Sí.
¿Co-host o cómo dice? No dice co-host.
Co-host,
He uses a different-
Coco.
Pa' la madre que diga.
Coco.
Pero pues aquí estoy yo, Romero.
Cucurrucucú, ¿no?
Cucurrucucú. Locutores, ¿no? Siempre dice, güey.
Locutores.
Locutores.
Ya.
¿Cómo se le extraña, no?
Sí. Shout out to Migue. Es más,
Shout out to Migue.
empezamos luego, dude. ¿Con qué están tomando, dude? Para poder hacer un
fuck.
cheers ahí con el Miguel. ¿Están listos con los drinks o...?
Oh, claro, dude. I've been waiting for this moment, dude.
A ver, pues, kick us off, dude. ¿Qué traes por ahí? Porque,
Ahí te va, dude.
mira, ya se acabó you're drinking alcohol again.
I am drinking alcohol again, yes.
Ya hiciste tu cuaresma avanzada.
Yes, it happened on Thursday. That was my last day. Y today I have New Mix Vampiro from El
I don't think I've ever had those.
from El Jimador. No?
No.
I have that. I have
Los he
that one.
visto, and I know a couple years ago empezaron a salir allá en México, ¿no? And they were like kind of popular cuando los veías por aquí.
Yeah, they were super popping. I know we bought them at Costco, so I know you're a Costco fanatic. So they have them there. And then I have another flavor, que es la de Cantarito. So I think they have 3 different flavors. I can't remember what the other one is, pero yeah, I have 2 Cantaritos y una de Vampiro.
Nice.
Coming back strong, dude.
Imagino que ya las probaste tú, ¿no? No, this is not your first time trying.
Claro, dude, claro.
What you got, Tank?
Pues les voy a quedar mal, muchachos. Only have a Coke Zero, dude.
Ay, Dios.
Necesito un whisky que le puedas echar por ahí, digo, para que entres en ambiente.
Ni otra pinche mentira que puedas ocupar, también como siempre. Ahí. I got whiskey and Coke y just show off right there.
Dude, por eso era, I could have lied, dude. I could have put it in a cup and I've been like, tiene whiskey, Coke. Pero, ya ves, aquí uno truthful, dude. Pues es nada más.
I appreciate that, dude.
Coke Zero, dude.
I appreciate that. Va,
La integridad ante todo, ¿eh?
Sí, dude. What do you got?
I got gin. I think I showed you guys this one before. Bar Hill Tomcat gin. Pero pues, yeah.
Nice.
Dije, I was debating whether agarrar una cervecita o un whiskey, pero I was like, I haven't had the gin in a minute. So, looking forward to it.
Are you still in your keto phase?
Vamos a hacer cheers y después hablamos de
Cheers.
cosas trágicas.
So the only problem with this Vampiro is that it's not cold. I did have one yesterday. Well, there was 2 left for Vampiro, and I brought them both here, but I only drank one. Y pues se quedó aquí overnight. But I figure I get rid of this one first porque las otras sí están bien fritas.
Bien. Pero es como que un michelada mix. Is that what it is?
Pretty much. No, it has
con la cerveza.
It's like tequila. Sí, es como tequila. Literally tequila con soda. I mean, I could literally es como un cantarito. This one has more.
Pero el otro es
like
cantarito, ¿no? ¿no?
This one is like a clamato type taste.
Okay, va.
Uno es cantarito y otro es como cantarito, dude.
Yeah. So they're okay, dude. That's the only thing I had. This actually has been in the fridge for about like 2 weeks now. But again, 2 weeks ago I wasn't able to drink. And then there were some Corona Premier that was left over in the fridge también. So I ended up messing those up during the weekend. Y me quedó esto New Mix nada más. So enjoying it.
¿No sentiste el el pinche golpe de que pues no habías tomado que en 40 días.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Y
40
pues, de
days.
repente echarte unas cervezas que, digo, dices cómo se hubiera sentido, ¿verdad? Si después de navegar el desierto por 40 días se echaba una cerveza.
We had a beer on Friday. I think it was in the afternoon, but it was just like I think I had like 2 beers, 2 Corona premiers that were there. Had those. They were cool. Nothing crazy. Then Saturday, dude. Saturday, we had like a little get together, and yeah, dude, it was. I had some Corona premieres, and I had some Negro Modelas, and that's what I was talking to you guys about because La Negro Modelas just super caught up to me. So I did not black out, but I definitely felt that shit, dude. I felt like I was
Una pregunta,
drunk
corrígeme
super
si
fast,
estoy
dude.
mal, pero ¿son negra modelos o negro modelas?
Ooh,
Because right now you said negra or negro modelas. So I was like, wait, have
modelos,
I
¿no?
been saying it wrong this whole time?
No, es modelos, dude. Negro modelos ya dependiendo qué freaky estás, pero yeah,
Bueno,
it's
Because you know
negro
my boy
modelo.
dyslexic, bro, so that's why. No,
That's true, dude. I went to Bogan, dude. Don't
He
forget.
went to-
cierto, cierto.
I have an excuse. A reason why I am the way I am, no?
Cool. Oh, thank God, no. Like,
Sí. No judging here, dude.
Pero
Sí, yeah,
represent all day long.
yeah, Bogan represent, dude. Pero sí estaba, it was cool. And then yesterday, I felt a little hungover, so that's when I started drinking the new mix, and I went for ¿cómo se llaman esas pinches? Smirnoffs. I went for a Smirnoff.
mm,
Y ya en la noche como si nada, dude.
Bien.
You know me.
I mean,
You know me.
you can be hungover if you stay drinking, ¿no? Es lo que dicen.
That is very true, dude.
you see.
That is very true. Which you don't do, right? You're hungover y ya. Like you don't drink again, or
Pues es que cuando me da el hangover, dude, ya no sé ni qué hacer conmigo mismo, dude, porque son sentimientos que no me dan tan seguido. Pero, yeah, no, I think, porque no quieres, but they do say, like, the hair of the dog, que te tomes lo mismo que te estás tomando the night before or whatnot. I do think it helps, pero no me dan ganas. Like, yeah, if I'm really, really bad,
yeah.
no me dan ganas.
I was gonna say then for me, like if I drink, especially if I drink heavily the night before, al día siguiente, aunque no esté crudo, like I just don't, no me dan ganas de tomar anymore, like for that day.
Well, for me, it's yeah. If I'm hungover, dude, I need to have a drink para curármela, literally.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't feel like shit, and so I do it. I do it all the time, actually. Honestly.
¿Qué dices?
Yo
Si amaneces,
necesito
Otra peda otra vez.
I was gonna say, like, como si amaneces crudo, you need it, dude, y si no amaneces crudo, you need it también, ¿no? Like,
Looking for reasons, dude, not excuses.
y sí.
Sí, güey. Pero bueno.
Pues I got an update, muchachos.
A ver.
I was trying to. Oh, you asked me about keto. I still don't think I'm keto. I just like low carb, staying low carb.
Okay.
But I definitely had mis días que I throw the diet out the window. Especially like this weekend. Went to my parents and they'll accommodate, or I could eat around whatever they eat. Like, because that's the thing too. Like, que les digo, like, you don't have to like try to figure out what I could eat and what I cannot eat.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're around it and they'll be fine. Pero no, este día sí dije, pues chingue su madre, había bolillitos y carnitas y le entré de todo, dude, so. Pero
Okay.
sí, ahora sí que no, I don't feel like tired like I used to, obviously, cuando después de comer, pero me chiqué un bolillo y sí, I feel fucking bloated right away.
Yeah.
It's just some discomfort, pero pues I'm like, well, that's good. It's just a little reminder to not overdo it,
Yeah. Pero what I'm really interested in, dude, is how's that hair going, dude? Yeah,
I got rid of it, dude. I got rid of it.
Going like, fuck this, ¿no?
Sí.
Itzel, I told you that, ¿no?
Y sí,
No, el lunes de la semana pasada, llegué a la casa and we were gonna meet. We didn't meet, right? We meet to prepare for the week, like we, good podcasters that we are.
We try.
And yeah, I was just like, you know what? I told Carla, I'm just gonna go shave my head. Like, I can't stand like looking at myself in the mirror every morning, like I just showered and I feel bummy still. So I was like, fuck it.
Damn, dude.
Pero I think it was a total of like a full month and a couple days maybe that I let it grow out.
En cuarentena, ¿no?
Casi, dude. Le hubiera pedido prepaid a Chuchito, dude, y así
You see, ya
me
habrías
aventaba la
terminado, dude.
cuarentena
You would have
igual.
been okay with it, dude. Pero, so what was the conversation with Sid like? Did she question you for that, or did she say anything about it? Or?
No. Emma's the one that had more of an issue because she's like, she kept saying she wanted me to grow out my hair and have a ponytail.
Oh,
like,
damn, a ponytail.
Yeah, I was like that was too much of a commitment. Like that was a stretch.
Shut down
But
her
yeah, is
dreams.
the one that she's the one that kept touching my hair and telling me that I felt like a puppy.
Hasta perro te dijeron, güey, ¿no?
Easy.
Pero Ivan was like, you look weird. Just go bald again. I was like,
Really?
and Itel was like, all right, like if you want to cut your hair, cut your hair. I don't care. I was like, I did all of this for nothing.
For real, dude.
Pero yeah, dude, I feel awake. I feel ready.
Dude, I think it's cool. Okay, I mean, you kind of stepped out of because you're stepping out of your comfort zone itself. That's hard as it is, no, with anything. So, how long has it been that you actually let your hair grow the way you did? Like, how long has it?
See, intentionally, I think. Porque, dude, I actually even went to I went to visit El Barbero probably like 2 weeks ago. Because I'm like, well, if I'm gonna commit to this shit, I can't look too stupid. So I'm like, let me at least get a lining. For sure. Yeah, I'm like, let me line it up, para ver if that makes me feel any better or whatnot. And like he lined me up. He's like, do you want me to do a fade? I'm like, no, dude, I just wanna like I'm gonna let it grow out evenly. A ver qué pedo. And I mean, he's a good barber, but I also felt like the lining was probably a little bit too crooked. That made me just feel like a lo mejor estornudó en lo que me cortaba el pelo, yo qué sé. Pero that was like the last drop of like, I'm not sure this should look straight, so I'm just gonna fucking shave it off. I went on Friday and I shaved it on Monday.
Damn, dude. He's gonna bump into you, dude. You're gonna feel bad he fucked you up that you had to fucking fix it yourself.
No, pero I mean,
leave a
my
Google
beard
review,
for
dude.
sure.
Leave a Google review.
Absolutely, dude. 5 stars, dude.
Before and after, no? You did an okay job, but I did it better.
Nah, he hooked me up with the beard, dude. My beard also needed some tender loving care,
some trimming,
and yeah, he hooked it up. So I felt good about the beard. The haircut, I still had issues, before and after. So
I was gonna say, yeah, that's a before thing.
Say,
well, welcome back, dude. I'm glad you're back. I'm glad you're feeling yourself again. Porque you were feeling a little off, dude. I remember seeing you ahí con los videos ahí del fire. I was like, pobrecito. Nos quiere quitar la gorra. He's ashamed. I was like, looking a little rough, yeah, for sure. Pero bueno, chicos, entonces episode 202, ya sabemos que Migue no está. Shout out to Migue again. I know he's never going to listen to us ever, pero shout out to him. Maybe Chismosillo le va a decir, hey, they give you a couple shout outs, ¿no?
What the fuck, Chismosillo?
Ojalá, bueno fuera.
Sí,
I mean, we need that extra listener, dude.
Sí, dude. Pero what's the topic for today, dude? I know, Romero, you had like a really smart idea, dude. You were sharing it with us. We told you, yes.
In our back pocket, we still got part 2 coming up eventually at some point of parenting ourselves.
That's fucking true, dude.
That was a good episode. I think it's worth it for us to save it for an episode where we're all back together. But one of the things that we were throwing around was just, I think we've talked about it here and there in different occasions about how growing up, right, as the first generation, second generation, or just kind of like you came to the country, with your parents, and then you just kind of become that translator para todo, right?
Yeah.
Aunque, pues, I'm like, you look at your parents, and I was like, pues, llegamos igual, güey. Like, why am I all of a sudden, to go to like,
how did I become head of household? No, all of a sudden, dude. No, dude, that's fair. I never thought about it like that. Where but I guess we actually throw the facts in there, and I'm sure it was the same thing for your parents. They got here, they started working. we got here, we started school, so it was we were young. You don't agree with that, then?
Well, I do, pero the funny thing is que as I was saying that, I was like, I remember, like, porque pues dicen, like, oh, pues ponle caricaturas en inglés, like, para que aprenda.
Sí, sí.
Güey, no teníamos cable, no teníamos pinches canales, veíamos puro Univisión del Chavo del Ocho y Papá Soltero, like,
Sí, no.
¿dónde chingados iba a ver la
Sábado
televisión en
gigante for
inglés?
sure, dude, ¿no?
Gigante, sí, güey.
El Chacal, dude. That's true, dude. That's true.
Cristina Salaley, dude, ya
Sí,
nadie se acuerda. Ahora ya
sí.
son puros thumbs up. Antes era
Maybe not, no? I'm not sure yet, no? Yeah, dude, no, that's fair. That's a great question. I do feel like as a generation, like in our sense, I'm sure Migue and Tank probably went through a little bit more than what it was with Omar because he was the youngest, and Tank, you'll be able to validate this for me. But I feel like you guys had to go through that stage of translating for your parents. Both of your parents still speak English still today, Tank, or they do speak English?
So, my dad speaks a little bit more. Like demoró bastante tiempo going to classes, pero como quiera, like, yeah, like, so funny enough, por lo mismo, like, up to a certain age, yo también technically no hablaba inglés. Like, I remember before going to like kindergarten, pues lo que me sabía was just the basics, like the numbers and like the colors y eso. But I remember Migue que ya iba a la escuela, se ponía a ver, like either cartoons or just TV shows en inglés. And I remember que me sentaba con él and I would, right, yeah, like literally, like veía que él se reía, yo también me reía. And then I'll be like, oh, ¿qué dijo? And like he'll get pissed off because like no, I wouldn't let him enjoy like the TV or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, so my dad entiende más. My mom, she knows the basics. Pero igual no, like to this day, it's still like, oh, like me puedes traducir esto or like qué dice esta carta and stuff like that. And it's funny because now, my little brother is here and going to school. Like every now and then, like my stepmom would be like, "Oh, like what does this say? For the homework and all that." Which is another thing too, porque pues I feel like not only it was eso de traducir, but it was like when you had questions about homework, like who do you go to? Porque like like como te digo, like my mom no leía ni entendía el inglés, so it's like fuck, like who the fuck is gonna help me out with this
pero
shit,
¿quién recibía los madrazos cuando you got a low grade, no?
Sí.
Y ellos no entendían el por qué, ¿no? No, dude, I think well, to that question que te hice a ti, no? Yeah, my parents still to today don't speak any English. I feel like my mom has gotten a little bit better like in like defending herself because I even
Como
know
que se
like
defiende un poquito, ¿no?
yeah. O sea, entiende ciertas cosas and she's able to I guess say things back, right? And I would catch her every now and then when she tries to speak English, pero lo dice en español de todos modos, which is still, kind of funny, no? Pero yeah, dude, even, I don't know. I mean, I'm going to be 38 this year, and I think maybe my early 30s, she was still calling me for, I mean, she still tells me, hey, me una carta kind of like with Tank, and can you tell me what it says? Or I know she's working, taking care of an older gentleman, y me dice, hey, le tengo que mandar un texto a la hija, asking to see if if they're gonna need me for this weekend. So she's like, can you write it for me? So I was like, yeah, sure. So I wrote down, oh, hey, good afternoon, blah blah blah. Just wondering if I'm gonna be working this weekend. Y entonces ya le tengo que enseñar también how to hold the text, copy, paste.
Paste.
So it's still it's a process, and I feel like it's a never ending story in a good way, right? I'm not complaining about my mom y nada de eso. Pero it's definitely it's new technology for her, dude. I mean, she just started texting a couple years ago. I want to say maybe 4 years ago, fully like on texting and shit. And then recently, she just started sending like she'll get up. I don't know if she takes a screenshot of the stuff from like Google search, and then like if it's a New Year's, she'll take a screenshot of it and then she'll send it to me. So like stuff like that, she's getting used to. I'm sure there's easier ways, ¿verdad? Pero to teach, I feel like to teach her is so complicated porque así no se le graba muchas cosas, dude. I don't know if it happens like that for you guys, like your parents.
Dude, I was gonna say, have you seen the video where it's like when you're exactly that, like when you're teaching your parents like about technology, and then te acuerdas como ellos te enseñaban like, y luego qué, y luego qué, you know? Like,
Yeah. Casi pegado, ¿no?
Piénsale, cabrón, piénsale.
For my mom, I feel like she's a little bit more of like
Old school.
not old school. My dad is old school to the point where uh he didn't want to have like an ATM card or like a debit card to take out money from the ATM.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, so he's like old school, like to the max. Where like we try to teach him, but he just doesn't fully understand or get it. But my mom, normally what I do is cuando me say like, oh, mijo, like how do you do this or how do you do that? I'll either screen record and like le pongo like the little, like the little I circle like, oh, next, like you click here, y así.
Mhm.
Or I'll just take screenshots. Like I'll go through the process myself and take screenshots and then like draw the little circle, like, la aprietas aquí, y luego you fill this out, y luego la aprietas aquí, and after that, and I just send it to her to
I'm assuming she
explain
has
it.
an Android.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you see, I never. Well, it's not that I don't think I've ever thought of that, just never done it. Pero también sería fácil porque my mom has an iPhone, so it should be really easy. Like you said, screen record, send it over, and she's able to follow the steps como tú dices.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I don't
smart.
know, dude. Que, shit, you know my dad, right? Like cuando quiere, pues sí, cuando quiere le echa ganas y cuando no, right? Like fucking,
Cuando le conviene, ¿no?
we try keeping AI away from him porque we're like the moment he finds out,
Oh, dude.
pero like pues ya, he does his fucking AI images y todo y a cada ratito
That's
está
funny, dude.
chingue con esas cosas. But así como por ejemplo, like he was gonna return some Amazon thing, right? And I'm like, it's the first time I'm like, you know what? Let me screen record and walk him through the process. He just replies like, oh, lo voy a tratar. He doesn't do it until I go to his house. He's like, ¿puedes hacer esto? And I'm like, I went through the effort of making a tutorial for your ass, and they just rely like that I'm gonna do it. Like there's certain things que ahora sí que yo siento que si no le interesa, it's like, oh well, he's gonna take care of it anyway.
Yeah.
Porque yo lo que le digo a veces cuando le llegan así papeles o algo, es like, ok, pero tú dime antes de yo leerlo y ver todo eso, ¿qué entendiste tú?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Es like, pues es que por eso te lo estoy dando para que tú me digas qué pedo y quién sabe qué. Like, so you didn't even try. Pero ahorita que está haciendo, he's doing a DoorDash.
Mm-hmm.
So like
Oh,
on
shit.
on the side he's doing DoorDash, and I'm like, I no hay nadie que le enseñe. Like on the spot, you have to know what you're doing. So he
Yeah.
figures it out, right? And that's the thing that I tell him with other things. I'm like cuando quieres, pues you figure it out. And I'm like, yo no nací sabiendo esas cosas, right? Like I had to learn.
Right.
Pero yeah, there's things that for sure he won't even try, and it's like, oh, pues, you guys are gonna help me take care of it.
Sí, dale, cinco.
No, I was just gonna say, like, it's crazy that you say that because my dude, almost half my family from my dad's side is like that, comprando boletos pa Mexico, dude. Like for some reason, at one point, I became the
Travel,
pues, right, dude. Like, oh no, pues like my dad is like, y le he dicho like, that normally volan Volaris. I'm like, download the app. Ahí está todo, it tells you what to do. Like, oh, sí, pero a ver, hazlo tú, And I was like,
lo agarras bien barato, ¿no?
Sí, güey.
Sí, güey, that shit was me.
And then it's like out of nowhere, like my aunt would ask him. He's like, "Oh, pues Eric's usually the one that does it." So now whenever my aunt wants to fly, she always calls me like, "Oh, mijo, si me puedes comprar, like I'll send you the information y todo el pedo." I was like, "What the fuck?" Another one of my aunts and my cousin, lo mismo. So it's like, yeah, pero como dice Romero, like, For cosas que sí, like for random things, yeah, they'll go ahead and like learn the way porque, pues, como dice, no queda de otra. Pero for something like that, it's like,
which is simple, right? Because I like
right,
looking for tickets is for me. I feel like looking for tickets is a little bit more simple than DoorDash. DoorDash has like
right.
a technique, like you click on the app and then click that you receive the or that you're there. Excuse me, and then click that you went ahead and picked up the order and blah blah blah. No sé si esté en español su the platform, which I'm assuming so, maybe.
I I don't know. That's a good question. Um, hey,
Está en chino, ¿no?
maybe that's
But I feel también como que es un poquito de ya it's weird, ¿no? Because siento como que es costumbre. Coming from your dad, Romero, like
Mhm.
I feel like your dad, he has your brother and your sister, as you had said before, right? Pero es costumbre de que siempre va contigo y que a lo mejor tú te lo vas a decir, bueno, ¿qué entendiste? Pues no sé, pues por eso lo di a ti. And you're like, fuck, all right, pero in there you go, like doing it yourself. You know, like he knows that no matter what, you're going to do it. Pero like when my mom recently también, the last time I saw her, she's like, well, ¿cómo se traduce esto? Like again, because of the
Mhm.
people she's working for. I was like, Mom, there's this thing called AI. I'm going to install it, chat with it. You can tell it like, how do you say this in Chinese, and it'll say it for you. She's like, there's no way that happens. So I was like, I swear to God, it's a new. She doesn't know about it. I was like, it's a thing. So I started showing her like how to use Gemini, right on the phone.
Mm.
And then so she started using it. It's like, no way. I was like, yeah. And it'll tell you how to say it and how it's written, and you could just gotta copy and paste. But she doesn't seem to I don't know, I guess maybe it's just too much technology. I mean, I get it.
It's
I
just
get
a
it.
different. I would think like if she does it often enough, she'll become familiar with it. But for now, it's like you have to adapt to it, and it's a change.
Right. Yeah, yeah. That's the way to put it. You're right. Um
Le tienes que dejar tarea, dude, para que lo esté usando
mm, no,
seguido.
my mom does not remember shit though, for sure. I'll tell you this, dude. My mom, I could remember I haven't brought it up, dude, but maybe like 2, 3 years ago, she still carries like a little notebook with all the numbers that she's written for people. She has a
Oh, damn.
phone that she's able to save like people,
Mm,
but she still carries a little phone book, which is a lot of that shit's fucking torn, but she still puts the fucking pages in there, and she has that, and by all means, dude, you know what? At the end of the day, that works for her, and as
yeah.
much as I want to teach her the way of like, oh my god, you have an assistant in your phone, you have this, you have this, you have that, and and she's just not. I don't want to say she's not comfortable with it, but she's just not used to it, like you said. And I just think if that's the way it works for her, pues ni modo. Because I showed her how to save like contacts to her phone plenty of times, dude, but she just doesn't get it. But then again, I feel that maybe I'm myself. I'll acknowledge it. That maybe I'm not as patient as I should
Mm.
be. Maybe I do lose a little bit of patience. And I don't mean to, but at that moment, I was like, Mom, I literally just told you 3 buttons and you couldn't remember the first two. You're telling me the last one,
Yeah.
but the first 2 buttons is like, really? Pero hey, again, not
Co-
to judge
co-
my mother.
Como your mom's like, pero cuando te estaba enseñando las matemáticas, ¿no? Ahí sí,
Yeah, dude.
ahí sí te tuve que tener paciencia yo, ¿no? Like,
No, and that's true. And that's true. We flipped the table, we flipped the coin y todo ese pedo, and you're right. She had to be patient with me. But I feel like as a dad and as a son, it's way different, dude. Like I feel like in a way I'm parenting my parents. Does that make any sense?
ooh, if
Like,
only there was an episode,
oh,
you know,
about this, huh? We'll leave it for
Eh,
yeah. In a way, that's what I
no,
feel.
but I get what you're saying.
But
Mhm.
I'm not throwing shit at my mother. It's just I feel like I gotta teach her. I'm talking a lot of shit, no? But then someone's gonna watch the episode. Oye, Jonathan habló un chingo de cosas de ti, ¿no? No, but I feel like I gotta teach her a lot. And again, for me, it's like I gotta be more patient. That's really what it comes down to. And I'll admit it for sure.
Definitely. I think patience for me for a long time. I think I'm getting a little bit better now, but for a while I was just so fed up with them like asking me for everything where it's like you're not even trying at this point. It's like I could be in the middle of my workday and somehow I need to figure shit out for them. Or help them out with some stuff and I get it. Like it's like okay, they need the help and all that. So my patience was really low to the point that like Carla became their go-to.
oh damn.
Um
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, like, like, uh, de por sí, ya sabes que Carla se pone su Bob the Builder status.
For real.
And she tries to build stuff around the house. So it's like, a ver, Carlita, si queremos hacer un patio afuera, like
Ooh,
literally,
ooh.
like,
She has that hard head right
todas-
next to her, no, dude. Like, she can't wait to put on that hard head, dude.
like, le hace los pinches planos y la chingada, and then it's like, okay, va a necesitar esto, va a necesitar el otro. I'm like, that's just not even in English. Like,
That's funny.
you
Yeah.
just don't even try anymore.
Carla's funny.
Pero yeah, dude, I think I am getting a little bit better and like being like, okay, like, they need help. I get it. Pero
Sí.
part of me is like, I want to see you try.
Sí.
That's the only thing that I ask for my dad, because like he'll lose headphones, earbuds, whatever types of headphones all the time. So siempre se anda comprando cheap ass ones, pero se compra unos, and for the life of him, he could never figure out how to connect to Bluetooth.
Damn, dude.
Right? He can't connect the new headphones to Bluetooth. Ah, pero eso sí, se compró su carro y en chinga luego le buscó cómo y ya está conectado a Bluetooth. And I was like, same thing with your headphones. No, es que esos no les entiendo a veces y quién sabe qué. I was like, because you just don't try.
I think I'm the opposite, dude. I think I was more patient antes, and now I'm getting to a point where it's like it becomes a little overwhelming at times. For example, today I was at work, dude, and I got a phone call from one of my aunts, and I was like, "What the hell?" Like, pues, I'm at work, no puedo contestar. So I text them real quick. I'm like, "Hey, like, what's up? Like, pues, I'm at work." Like, "Oh, can you call me? Like when you can." Y que no sé qué. I was like, "Fuck." I was like, "Va, pues give me 20 minutes, and me hago como que voy al baño or whatever, and I'll call you real quick."
Ese
I
tanque en
called.
el trabajo, ¿no? Todos bien preocupados porque piensan que tienes chorro.
Y sí, güey.
Again? He's going again. Why? No?
Dude, and ended
I
up
hope you're
being
good.
because she wanted to send flowers for I don't know if it was like one of her coworkers or one of her friends que tuvo like un fallecimiento en su familia. So she's like, "Oh yeah, like I wanted to send flowers," and I called a place and they told me that I have to put the order to online, and I'm like, "Yeah," I'm like, "I can't just fucking go on the computer right now and like order flowers. Like I'm literally at work. Like, si te esperas until I get out, like sure I can try to help you, but it's like, like I don't know, dude. It was just a little frustrating because I'm like, why
You're
would
asking for something that is not super critical, yet you think I'm gonna have the time at any given time to do it.
right?
Sí.
Exactly. So I think for me it's the opposite. I think I started losing patience. Y yeah, dude. So
I feel like a lot of my impatience, right? If I really break down the trauma, no, yeah, break it down. It's my like I remember like my mom being sick when when I was 12, and then it was an ordeal, dude. Like going with her to like doctor's appointments, and then just back to back, and then having to be at the hospital whenever she was sick, and then having to do that. And I know I built some sort of I don't want to, yeah, I guess anger, resentment towards my brother and sister because I'm the youngest, dude. Out of
You were the
three, I'm
only
the
one.
youngest, and I was the only one there. And my mom, I get it, I guess now in a sense, I try to understand her, but her thing was like, well, your brother and sister have a family, and they don't have time, and it's like one of those things like, and like, I mean, at the end of the day, you're still their mother. I mean, family or not, them having kids or not, you're still their mother, and it was just one of those things where I had to deal with it in a very young age. Romero remembers a lot of this stuff. Like there was a lot of sleepovers that we had to cut short because, my mom didn't feel good and I had to take her to the hospital. I remember a specific time that he was supposed to stay over. We had like a plan, FIFA, this blah blah, like park in the morning and this stuff. And then my mom got sick, and then I remember your mom went to pick you up, which again, life happens, plans change, completely understand. But at the same time, I was like, I was trying to be a kid at some point, right? When I was really a
Mhm.
kid, and I wasn't able to fully, I guess, experience that because of certain situations that happened. And again, I built that impatience, I felt, because of that, because I've been doing it for so long. And it's like, and till today my sister doesn't fully speak English. she fucking understands it, dude. My sister understands it. I feel like 100%. And just maybe the same part, maybe she's shy about it, maybe she has an accent towards it, but I'm sure she could keep up a conversation if she had to,
Como
without any
ahorita, ¿no?
problem.
Elizabeth, if you're understanding, give us a like.
See, share the pod, no? No, I feel like she really can, dude. I really feel like she can. She's all her kids, speak English. They grew up talking around her in English. Her granddaughter speaks English. Her work at work, she had bosses that only spoke English. So no matter what, she had to mold her way into that lifestyle, right? And I just felt during that time, I just felt like a little help would have been appreciated. And I feel that's where I kind of build my impatience. Like, I've been doing it for so long, like, really. And I try to make the situation a lot more doable in this case, for my mom, because of the fact that she has a smartphone, and I try to teach her how to save a contact or how to use Gemini and how to use this and how to use that to her advantage, right? Because at the end of the day, there's times that, yes, she calls me, but I can't answer because I'm at work. And then I'll call her and she'll be like, "Oh, I had a question about this, but I already called her your tia," and she explained it to me. And it's like, really, like, you could ask your phone. I even told her, look at YouTube. You type whatever you want to know, how to build a fucking house, and it literally shows you how to build a house. Like, I use that scenario, but she probably that's like, "Ahora está exagerado," ¿no? But it's like, that's the truth.
Que dice, pero no quiero una casa, quiero saber qué es esto, ¿no?
Saber qué dice, ¿no? La carta.
¿Qué dice aquí? And it's crazy. Oh, go ahead.
Go, say.
No, I was just gonna say, like, it's crazy because I know, like, I've seen plenty of memes where it's like, oh, the niños, we had to be lawyers, doctors, and like all this shit.
Facts, dude.
And it's crazy because at that age, you don't know a lot of these words, a lot of these medical terms, a lot of these, like,
anything, dude.
Right.
I'm from Bogan, dude.
Easy.
Imagínate.
So yeah, I think it is. I think it is stressful, and I think that it's messed up, right? Because like, it's just, como dices, no es fácil, and then aparte de eso todavía te dicen, like, no, pues no, que vas a la escuela, like, cómo no vas a saber. But yeah, dude, and then, like, even now, whether it's at work or whatever, que tenemos un cliente en español, and it's like, I know the word, or like, I know what I'm trying to say, but I don't know the word in Spanish, y so I ando like, fuck, like, ¿cómo se dice? And yeah, like, the pinche niño is 10 times worse.
Yeah.
Sí.
That's true.
Porque ahorita to Johnny's experience, ¿verdad? De que dijiste que you were young and you were helping your parents. I mean, I'm the oldest, but still, I was doing the same thing at an early age, and I think all of us do it. Y ahorita que ya estamos grandes, like, I mean, you talked about you having siblings y todo. Like, I have siblings too, and I have a family, todo, the same scenario, right? And it's like I'm still expected to be able to drop everything that I'm doing to be able to help them. And we say it in a way where it sounds kind of harsh, but at the same time, it's like it's just, it does get, whether that's overwhelming, tiring, or it's just wear and tear of you having to play that role. It's not even tú que puedes ayudarme, ayúdame. It's like kind of like, it's kind of unwritten rule of, like, it's now our responsibility that we're gonna carry throughout. Just because I guess we've been doing it for so long, or whatever the reason might be. So yeah, in a way, there's a level of trauma in there for sure.
Sí, for sure.
Y luego, pues, cagarle en el doctor diciéndole una cosa que no es eso y que es otra cosa. Y
yeah, dude.
Like, bill collectors, like, sending, pues, que, like, you try to translate, and it's like, I don't know what these terms are, but, and then antes me acuerdo que teníamos un diccionario, like, literally the book, and we would try to look for the word and the meaning and try to make sense out of shit.
Yeah.
And it's like, I mean, thankfully, nobody got sued along the way, pero I'm sure there was wrong information that was provided throughout.
No, and imagine if we were like no sabos and shit, like,
Technically, that's where we started, dude. We started with the no sabo era, dude. If you really think about it.
Yeah.
A little bit. O sea,
How do you
it,
feel? How do you feel about those? Porque do you know who cómo se llama? It's a rapper, Snow. La que dice, hola, me llamo Snow y soy no sé, do you know who that girl is?
is that
Snow,
Snow the product?
I was gonna say,
Sí,
yeah.
See,
sí.
see, I've seen her.
I just saw un clip de ella que she talks about like those no sabo kids that don't speak Spanish but have a heavy accent when they speak English.
Oh shit.
Mm.
And it's like, well, she's being funny and all. It's like, but it's like, well, which one is your struggle? Like, why can I get it? You cannot speak Spanish porque pues creciste aquí, and your parents don't speak English. But how do you end up with an accent? You can't speak English properly. So it's one of those. It's like damn, like there are people like that. Like I've
That is
met
Yeah.
crazy.
talked to somebody thinking like, oh, pues tienen 2 años que acaban de llegar, and they're trying, pero no, they were born here. I was like, oh shit.
America. U.S. citizens,
Tienen
dude.
más
For
papeles
life.
que yo y
See, man. That is crazy to think about, dude. Porque I mean, yeah, you're right. You're right. And I don't know. You're right. I go back to I could probably go back to we had this conversation before in the past, no? Que at least my kids, the youngest one, she doesn't speak a lot of Spanish, and it doesn't fail for people to be like, oh, you should learn Spanish because blah 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 blah, and I think we talked about it in the past where I said that she had trouble speaking at some point, that when she first started speaking and she started feeling comfortable with English, we just kept it going, dude. Today is a little
Mhm.
bit different, right? Where she still speaks obviously fully English, but her Spanish has gotten better as time has gone on.
Mm.
And I felt that that was the idea originally back when she first started speaking, right? But we just wanted her to feel comfortable at the end of the day. And if it wasn't going to be whatever she picked at that moment, her brain was picking, it was kind of just using it as a sponge, whether it was Spanish or English. That's what we stuck with. And again, today, she, you say hi to her in Spanish and she'll say hi back to you. If you do have a question, she'll try to make sense of it and really try, but then she's like, well, I don't understand the last word, or she'll point out like a specific thing, and we try to help her with that because obviously she needs help. Pero I know I mean, I don't want to put her in a category like that, pero I don't know, dude. I don't know. We are teaching her more English and Spanish, that's for sure. And in school, that's all she speaks is
Yeah.
English. She has maybe, I think she had like a friend or two that speak Spanish. I think one of those friends she had literally came from Mexico, and she was the one helping her like translate like as far as best as she could at that moment. Que creo que la niña se fue a otra escuela because they don't have like a crazy, like, what is it, the ESL? Is that what it's called? I think,
Mm. Yeah.
like the program.
English second language.
Which is crazy because she's part of the ESL. I don't know, it's weird. But I was like, when I first went with her to like the test that she was gonna get when she was first starting school, I think I had put down something about what do they speak in at home, and I put Spanish and
Spanish.
English. Yeah, and but her, she
Pero
doesn't.
vieron
She
que
didn't.
fuiste Sabogan, so they're like,
They saw,
See,
they saw
that's
my
doubtful.
transcript. No,
that English might be a little bit questionable, no?
so, because of your
That's the
dad. Le
hood
pusieron ahí,
English.
no? In parentheses, because of your dad. No, ESL.
The way this things works, no? Like is
Sí. Pero yeah, the kids part is also a little trippy, dude. When it's your kid and they're not fully understandable of a second language, especially because I feel like at their age, dude, us mentally, we were so way advanced as far as maturity, in every possible way. Especially because we live and we went
Pero por
to
la yo digo que ya es la necesidad. Porque
right,
en ese
right,
entonces es like you had to grow up. Like you didn't really have a choice.
yeah,
Y, and we talked about this also, like we'll try to, make up for and nothing against our parents. Like they did what they could to provide and we were, I
yeah,
mean, I think, with the whether little or a lot that I had, wherever, like I know they did their best, and I think I had a pretty good childhood. Now, with when I look at my kids, we talked about this, right? It's like they we try to overcompensate sometimes and try to provide them more than what we had, and then we're we're shocked by like, oh, you're not thankful. Like when I was growing up, I didn't have this, and so it's a kind of a vicious cycle in a way. Like you have too much, so you need
It
to
is.
be grateful, but then we're the ones that are giving them too much, so they
Yeah.
don't know how to appreciate certain things.
Yeah. And
So yeah, y nos vamos a otro topic, pero
dude, I'll be honest. I try to stay away from those words now because I would really say that. I would really say that at your age, I was already driving. At your age, I was already doing this, doing that. And I feel like
it was
I'm
wild.
comparing.
We were driving like at 11.
I'm 12, dude. I'm comparing myself to my kids, but for what though? Like, what am I gaining from that? And you made a good point. It's a valid point. Yes, we want them to be grateful. We want them to do this, we want them to do that, but because the way we grew up was a lot different from them, right? But at the end of the day, it's like me. I feel like when I would be saying that, I was comparing myself every single time, and it's just like my childhood was what it is, and trauma or no trauma, whatever it might be, shouldn't be
Mhm.
theirs, right? As far as we always want them to have a better life. And I'll be honest with you, yeah, they're having the life that I wish I had. Thank God I'm able to afford that. Thank God I'm able to provide. Thank God I'm doing this and that. Um, but at the same time, I stopped saying those words too. I had to, because for me just to be comparing myself to them, it's like I was gaining nothing from it besides just having that thought at your age, I was this. And it's like, so yeah, anyway, I stopped doing that shit already.
Ahorita que mencionaron eso, I don't know if you guys seen. I saw this clip, the Pharrell, the producer, and he was
Mhm.
kind of talking about that, about raising, I believe, his kids or something like that, and how no les da, como te dijera, obviously les da mucho, pero no les da. That his mentality was like, all right, what made me the person that I was that, like, that bit of struggle where it's like it forced me to be creative, it forced me to be independent, it forced me to take risks. And he's like, sometimes when you cuando les das todo, he's like, there's no motivation or no reason for them to take risk, because they're like, oh well, like, pues, I have this, I have that, or lo que fuera. And he's like, and that he didn't want his kids to grow up feeling entitled. And he's like, so there has to be a balance, porque according to him, he was like, we as parents focus a lot on, oh, like, I want to give them everything that I didn't have. And he's like, but at the same time, like, eso, de que, like, the what I went through made me the person that I am. So it's like, como te dijera, este, it was just pretty much that, like, finding the balance between, um, it, just finding the balance, dude. Between it. No, o
I'm
sea,
like, dude, I was so concentrated on what you were gonna say, y me dijiste lo mismo, güey.
sí, güey. So finding the balance between dándole
Giving too much or giving too little.
right. Yes, and yeah, like, at least for me, I feel like también obviously I don't have kids of my own, pero like I kind of do agree también, porque a veces like, looking at certain situations is like, si les y you start thinking, como dijo Johnny Boy, de que, like, les empieza a dar, and that's the life that you're accustomed them to. And I don't know, sometimes I've seen it where it's like, it does more harm than good. Como habíamos dicho, like, at certain age, nosotros ya, we felt like we were more, we had to grow up, and we were more aware of, like, whatever, everything
Life.
around us, y todo eso, life. Um, y también I've had this conversation with Charlie where he's like, dude, like, cuando su hermano era menor, he was like, dude, at his age, I was like, aware of, like, things as far as, like, um, being more streetwise and being more todo eso. And he's like, and that his brother was like very sheltered, where he's like, no sabe hacer a lot of things, or no sabe, like, he's era muy inocente. But yeah, I think, but it's hard though, porque pues igual, como digo, like you do want to give your kids everything that you didn't have, pero I feel like también too much does, um,
Might bite you in the ass, dude.
right, exactly.
For sure. And then some people, so I've made that argument before, and then some people is like, well, like you can think about it that way, or think about it like now your kids are gonna grow up with expecting no less than, right? So that can also drive them to push forward and all that. But there's part of me that is like, well, if you don't give them anything, or if you don't give them everything that they want, right? Just thinking about that, like there's room for them to then work towards it to show them that you can work for some things and kind of drive that lesson, but you can drive that lesson in different ways too. So there's no right or wrong answer there. I think it's just a matter of how we were brought up, and also to that about us growing up. I can speak from my experience of like, and we talked about earlier, like being exposed to medical bills and appointments and being exposed to those things that now we can easily take care of for our kids. Like they don't have to worry about how do you make a doctor's appointment, or, you
Mm-hmm.
know, how am I going to pay for this? Like, because I remember back then, I was trying to figure out the school enrollment. I was trying to figure out my helping my mom, do her medical appointments when she was pregnant of my siblings. Um, I was, aware of credit card bills or any bills that would come along in the mail, and it's like I would translate those, and I'm like, I now at that point I knew like, oh shit, like, we owe a lot, or or whatever it was, like being exposed to those things definitely gave us a different perception very early on, about where we were at and what we needed to do, and the struggles that our parents went through, where now I don't think I my kids are not exposed to that. I mean, they
Yeah.
see I have identity issues. I don't know if I'm bald or self-selecting to be bald, but, that's about it. They don't know the real reason why I shave my head, right? I feel like Britney Spears every fucking day, and
Sí, güey. No,
God
and
damn.
losing my mind.
if I compare, if I'm able, if I'm gonna sit here and I did this last time when I was like, okay, I gotta stop saying what I'm saying. If I compare, dude, like for example, Tina, dude, she's way more advanced than I could ever be, academically. Like in school, dude, she's an honor student. Shit that I've never reached. Shit that I wish I did at some point. I feel
Let's
like
start
I
by saying she's going to school full time. She didn't leave
for real, dude.
halfway through the
Right.
day.
She doesn't have a friend like Migue. Giggity, no?
Shout
No,
out.
sea penes. Shout out to Migue, dude. No, hopefully nobody lets him know what I said, eh? Hopefully nobody lets him know. Pero if he finds out,
By
ni
the way,
modo.
shout out to Charlie. You mentioned Charlie. Shout out to ¿Qué dice el público?
For real, dude. What were you gonna say, Zenk?
I was gonna say, como like as soon as we stop recording, you're gonna go message him, no? Like, hey, dude, my bad, I said this, no? Like,
Sí, en caso,
Es puro show, ¿no?
en caso
For los ratings.
que sí, güey, en caso que he finds out. No, but she's honestly, yeah, she's going to school full time. Yeah, I guess we'll throw that out there because it's true. And then she's in high school, dude, and she's dude, she's getting like really good fucking grades, dude. I can't ask for anything better, right? At the end of the day, she's doing what she's supposed to do. She's taking care of business. She's very independent. She gets up on her own. And I know I pushed her to do that. I pushed her to like, okay, you got to be in bed by this time. You got to get up at that time and brush your teeth by this time and make sure to do this. And I kept her very like strict to a certain like schedule and stuff. But I feel like that overall today it really helped her out in a lot. I'm telling you, she gets up by herself. She's starting to wear a little makeup, so now she knows she's 15. She's putting a little makeup here. She does her own hair. Just gets ready by herself, dude. And she's like, okay, I'm ready. And still, if she has a little time and her sister's hungry, she was like, okay, I'm gonna get you a bowl of cereal. Like shit like that. I'm like, God damn, And this is all coming from her. Like we don't tell her, hey, if she's hungry, like you gotta feed her. No, like the way I've told both of them is like, take care of yourself, pick up after yourself, and then let me worry about your sister. And I told them both the same thing. Like I worry about her. You don't gotta worry about her. So that to me, I was like, damn. So me over here saying like, I want her to be better. I want her to do this. It's happening, dude. It's happening, and I see it, and I'm obviously I'm very proud of it, and she knows it. And I've let her. I told her obviously. Um, Pero yeah, dude. I think the comparison thing. I think we do it a lot, and maybe we do it without sometimes intention. Maybe we do it out of frustration for certain things, and we go back to maybe not
I have
them
a
not
point.
being not to prove a point, or maybe just because they're not being appreciative of stuff, but the way we want them to be, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
I feel like maybe they are doing it in their own way, and maybe I'm just not accepting that. Pero again, you said it right, dude. Like, there's no right way, no right or wrong way. The parenting shit's it's tough, it's hard, and I might be thinking that I'm doing a fucking amazing job, but then probably people's like, damn, why is he doing that? Like, that sucks for them. He's treating them that way. And it's like, wait, I thought, in my head, I'm like, I'm doing an amazing job. Always
No.
room for growth. Always room for growth. Pero bueno.
Bueno, pero
Pero
good luck naming this episode, Romero, porque
good luck with everything, no?
it was like fucking reparenting 1.5, ¿no? Y luego pinche translator 0.5 y un poquito de todo.
If StreamYard, if you're listening, if there's a AI component you want to add, you can always add that component of suggesting episodes for the podcast recordings, porque that'll be coming really helpful, dude.
You see?
That goes to any fucking recording
Anyone.
platform. Like, I think based on the content you record, it'll suggest the title of the episode. That'll be dope.
Mm-hmm.
So
Bueno,
in a
chicos,
couple of years when you see that, being out
it's because
in
of you, dude.
all of them,
Sí,
it's because
When you see me rich, ¿no? Va a haber señales.
Rich.
no, güey, cuando veas yo siguiendo pidiendo mis cupones para que me hagan descuentos en mis membresías, se van a acordar de mí de que I had that great idea.
Easy,
Man,
dude.
you could always register now, dude.
Ooh,
Get on that domain, dude.
easy, He's,
Nothing wrong with that.
You know he's looking, boy.
Update. Yeah, we're closing off, and before Johnny Boy, you send people to other places. Muchachos, this is breaking news to you guys as well.
Oh,
Ahorita que dijiste domains. We unfortunately have lost our website. So
Oh, damn.
Todos Toman
don't follow us there.
podcast.com. You can still visit it. You'll end up in a link tree where you can find our episodes, social media, and all that good stuff. It's still there, but our website for now is on pause. Hosting provider for some reason went crazy and decided to charge us like $500
Damn.
to lock us into a contract, like a 3-4 year contract. And I was like, yo, slow your roll.
Shut your mouth.
We're not that committed just yet. So put that on hold. We'll figure that part out later. But for now, I switched everything to a link tree until I figure that piece out. But we should be straight. You can still, find us on all podcasting platforms in the meantime.
Thanks, dude. Thank you for always having a solution for everything, dude. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
What I would do without you, dude, I have no idea, dude. I'll tell you that.
Oye, era la pinche regañada que me puso Carla cuando vio el bill de $500, güey.
Call him right now, no? Carla, it's 2:00 in the morning. Call him.
Go fly out there, no? Like...
I'm gonna book you a flight.
Es a regañar, dude, que tú crees que trabajas para ti solo, tienes una familia.
Damn.
Carla, if you're listening, no? We apologize on his behalf.
Como quisiera hacer un stay at home dad para que no me tratara así, pero pues, ¿qué puedo hacer?
Te toca, ¿no? Like, tag her in, dude. Tag her and she's gonna go out. Un año ella, un año tú, dude. Pero bueno, chicos, ya. Any last remarks, dude?
No, ya,
Vámonos.
keep practicing your English, dude. Hopefully you'll find the right words when you need to translate.
Hopefully you don't have an accent.
Hopefully.
Chicos, make sure to rate, review, and subscribe. Not all links could be found anymore at todostomanpodcast.com. Oh,
they still can,
right?
They
still can,
right. Yeah. The website's not there, but we are
the
still
link tree. Yeah.
The link tree, that's right. Don't put any links to any socials, dude. Just go to the todostomanpodcast.com and then podcast, no?
Podcast.
There you go, güey. No sabo, dude, for sure.
No sabo.
No sabo, dude.
But
Just
it's
visit us,
funny.
dude.
We're saying like, oh, I'm embarrassed. Like, oh, dice que está embarazado. ¿No?
Embarazado.
Dude, legit, I had what was it, 4th grade. The class was combined of 4th and 5th graders because we were ESL, so they combined the 4th and the 5th grade class together. I still remember, dude, because I went home and I asked my mom, like, let's look it up in the dictionary because he says que embarrassed is embarazoso. And I was like, I don't think that's right. But now that I think about it, I'm like, was it right? I don't remember the answer to it. Is embarrassed embarazoso? No, right? That's not a word. Don't Google it. Just think about it.
Dude, I was gonna say apenado, dude, pero
Ya,
te apenas,
penado,
después que no te
pena.
apenes, dude. Y después ya sale como albur, dude. So,
No, maestros, yo soy bien apenudo, ¿no?
¿Cómo we should have that? Ya ves que they have that game where it's like words in are you a no sabo kid or something like that, and te dan una palabra en inglés and you're supposed to say what it is in Spanish, dude.
I have it, dude. I have that game, dude. I got you.
Oh.
All this time, dude. All this time, dude. And I just remembered it.
¿Qué dices?
El
Va a ser
no
todo
aprendió
con
nada.
polvo, ¿no? Like, I knew that was gonna come in handy one day. Like,
I have it, dude. I have it. You could play that shit. I'll look it up for next time when we're all together, dude. If we're not all together, I'm not gonna get it out. The game.
Oh, the game. Otras cosas sí, ¿ah?
Posiblemente, dude. Depende de cómo me sienta.
¿Te esperamos por Chicago, dude, o qué onda?
Híjole.
Still pending?
Still pending, dude. Tomorrow we will know, dude. For sure. Tomorrow is the day to know. For obvious reasons that you might know, pero
Sí.
allegedly.
Okay.
Alleged reasons.
Pues ya veremos. We might have a in-person episode. We might not. ¿Quién sabe?
Damn.
No sé yo.
Como you want me to be committed?
Un not live but a live episode, no?
Sí.
We do have a studio to record from. Yeah, there's our friendly mortgage company, dude, in Elgin.
Yeah. And where?
In Elgin, no?
What is it? Where is it?
Berwyn.
Okay.
Berwyn, dude.
Let's see. I tried, dude. Let's get soon to a second office, dude, in Elgin, dude.
Oh, okay.
Wishing you nothing but
the
the best.
Existence.
Sí, dude. Saying it out to the universe, dude.
Bye,
chicos. Cuídense. Shout out to Migue.
Shout out to Migue.
Fuck that guy. Vámonos.